Dave Palumbo here for another RX Muscle news update. Another New York Pro finals placing. That's right, the 212 division has finished, and the super freak of freaks, Noel Adami, has emerged victorious. You know, I've been talking about this guy on Heavy Muscle Radio and a lot of our other TV programs for a number of years now. You know, this guy is probably one of the freakiest guys, height for pound, in the entire bodybuilding world. He's short, and that's why he fits into the 212 division really well, but he is packed with dense muscle that has got striations upon striations. He's got detail. He's like a little Momo Benaziza, if you remember him from back in the day. Noel, when he turns around, that's when he shuts the door on most of these guys, because he's got the glute, hamstring, back thickness, and density and just separation everywhere. He, you know, just watching him move from behind in a back double bicep is just it's spectacular. I mean, he's just got such tremendous conditioning. And from the front, you know, he doesn't have the greatest structure, but it's improved. And he has shredded abs. He doesn't have any distension in his midsection. He's got oodles of muscle, and it's just really hard to beat that level of everything he's got. I mean, Sung Yuk Jang from Korea structurally was better than him. And, you know, he had a beautiful shape. And when he came out alone, I said, man, this guy could win this show, because he had all the bells and whistles you look for in an overall champ. The problem was when you put him next to Noel, you saw that he was lacking in certain areas, not only in muscle, but in conditioning. And he was conditioned. You know, if you look at look at this guy. Sung did his homework. I mean, this guy was in shape. He was shredded. He just didn't have that gnarly density and muscle maturity that Noel had. And I think that's why Noel won this show. You know, if you're from a pure muscle, you know, standpoint, you can't beat this guy. And he's got conditioning, and he knows how to present it, and he knows how to really show off his physique to its best. So I take my hat off to both these guys. They both did a tremendous job here. It was close, but, you know, at the end of the day, muscle does sometimes win. I mean, it is a muscle contest. Abdul Al-Saif was probably the dark horse of this lineup. He finishes in third here. Great physique. He's going to just keep getting better and better if he keeps adding more mass to his body. His conditioning was really good. His tan could have been a tad darker, but I like it. I like what I saw, you know, and he beat a good Derek Oslin, you know, who's, you know, he could have won this show had he been a little tighter. He was a little from behind, glutes, hamstrings, you know, lower back could have been a little harder. I would have liked to see maybe another like 3 to 5 pounds come off him. Water fat combination. I think if he would have dried out that much and taken a little bit of that extra body fat off, I think he could have won this event. I think he could have beat Noel, because he has better structure. But when you don't bring that level of conditioning, you go against a conditioning freak like Noel, you can't beat him. And so Derek has to settle for fourth here. But very good 212, you know, lineup. I was, you know, happy with the results. I thought it was a good battle. And, you know, it wasn't the top of the Olympia, you know, lineup that we are used to seeing sometimes in New York, but these guys are all good. We're going to see these guys probably again sometime this year. We'll probably see a few of them at the Olympia. We'll definitely see Noel at the Olympia. And I think that the 212 delivered here. You know, talking about now the men's physique class, because that also finished up just a few minutes ago. Sadiq Hanzovic came off a tremendous win, 2 weeks ago in Pittsburgh. I mean, this was his comeback. I mean, guys don't make comebacks after that long a period off from men's physique. You know, he started with the division. He moved to classic. He placed, you know, top 3 at the Olympia his first time. Took a break. It's hard to come back when that happens, because the guys just get better and they get bigger, and the division has grown, you know, by leaps and bounds, that men's physique division. So coming in here, Sadiq, obviously, you know, I don't think anyone knew exactly where he was going to fit in. Obviously, the competition was going to be better here than in Pittsburgh, but Sadiq's got a tremendous physique. He's got a small waist. He knows how to present himself almost better than anyone else in the division. He shows his strengths. He hides his weaknesses. And the fact that he finishes third here tells you how good this lineup was. And when you look at Kyron Holden, the champion, you know, who wins this event, next to Sadiq, you see the difference. The difference is size. The division has evolved to bigger, bodybuilders. That's really what it is. I mean, forget the legs. I know they don't judge the legs, but Kyron Holden is huge. This guy is a monster. I mean, he's got a thick, dense upper body that can place in any bodybuilding show, well. He can hold his own. There's no one going to outsize this guy. And he's got a small waist. He presents himself well. I'd love to see him in classic physique. I don't know what his legs look like, but he's really gifted. But he wins this show because he's just bigger than Sadiq, and that's the way it played out here. So Sadiq should be proud of himself, man. He came back. He's still got, quite a number of months to prepare for the Olympia at the end of the year. I'm sure he'll put a few more pounds of muscle on. And I think he's a top 5 guy there for sure at the Olympia. So great competition. We still have the men's open finals coming up a little later tonight, and I'll be wrapping that up as well. For now, I'm Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle News Update.